try to figure out why I've had so many Boston Whalers. I've had 52. It's kind of hard to pinpoint any one reason. Well, I was told by an uncle of mine to never become emotionally attached to an inanimate object. I'm emotionally attached to whalers. I wouldn't want it any other way. The appearance of the whaler, the way it handles, the way it responds to my touch, can't explain it any other way than to say it's sort of like love. Well, when you get right down to it, I don't want anything other than a Boston Whaler. It's been my choice through the 30 or 40 years. They respond predictably. There are no surprises. I think that the people that manage and work at Whaler are passionate about the boats, the way I am and the way most Whaler owners are.
First and foremost, I see the pride and passion that our employees have about the work that they do. And all you have to do is walk out on the floor, wherever it might be, whether it's in assembly, whether it's in lamination, whether it's back in product development engineering, anywhere in the office, and you'll see the pride and passion that people have for this brand and for the product.
I've always had a passion for Boston Whaler. I've been here 30 years, and it's just been a really great company to work for. I love working with the customers. The dealer network is superb. We're always looking forward to new innovations that we can incorporate in our boats, and very excited about the prospects of Boston Whaler over the next 5, 10, even 50 years.
Being involved with the product gives me a lot of pride because I get to lead a great team of engineers and designers and tool makers to produce all the new models for Boston Whaler. So every time I see a boat on the water, I know that someone on our team or someone in my role before me put a lot of sweat and effort into making that product, and there's a result out on the water. And it's what Boston Whaler's known for, wonderful products.
Boston Whaler to me isn't a job, it's a way of life. How many people want their children to come work with them and are proud of the fact that it's a family environment and the teamwork. I would only put my family in a whaler, knowing and seeing what can happen in other boats and just knowing that you're safe out on the water. And being a whale employee, knowing that you're getting a letter from a customer saying we saved their lives, that's the most encouraging thing we can do.
Anybody ever tell you about the time an oil tanker rammed a Coast Guard ship, the Cuyahoga, a 90-foot Coast Guard ship in the Chesapeake Bay, in the middle of the night and sunk the Cuyahoga? Lashed to her deck was a 13-foot whaler. When the Cuyahoga went down, that 13-footer shot to the surface. When they found it the next morning, there were 18 Coast Guardsmen hanging onto it. That's dependability.
Well, when I show a customer Boston Whaler, I feel that I'm selling them the finest and safest boat in the industry. And having been in the business for the life of the company, I mean, I can remember seeing these boats used in combat, used by the Coast Guard.
Passion? I don't think you can sell boats unless you've got the passion for the boat.
One thing, the average customer who gets a Boston Whaler after having other types of boats, probably we hear more than anything else that they appreciate the sound ending qualities of the hull. And of course, from our part, we've maintained a very good customer clientele for repeat business, which you don't get if the boat isn't good to begin with.
I think the pride is that there is no better boat. They're uncompromising. And I know that when I sell a Boston Whaler, I'm giving the customer the best value that they could find in boating. And that gives you a great amount of satisfaction, especially as somebody who gets to sell not only the grandfather, but the son and then the grandson. And the fact that they will stay with the brand, that's a great feeling.
Building the brand internationally, I'm very proud that I have been part of that. But because Boston Whaler always listened to the voice of the customer, it was easier to build the brand internationally. And we are constantly striving towards an even better international adoption. It's very easy to be passionate about Boston Whaler. I really have Boston Whaler blood in my veins. That's what a lot of people say. And there's so many good features that other boats do not have. There is a story to tell. You can really convince people. You can touch, you can see unsinkability, the sturdiness, and of course, most important, when you go out on the seaworthiness, because that's what is a Boston Whaler.